About myself, nothing big, a few words. I'm Dhanalakshmi, a senior and a passionate faculty. Friends, my credentials are I have appeared twice in UPSC CSE interview with 6 mains. With respect to my teaching experience, I have more than decade-long rich experience in teaching for UPSC CSE. With the small introduction, I'll begin. What all you will get under Unacademy platform? Yes, daily live classes. By this time you will have an idea. Every day we meet at 9 p.m. Yes, like this. Top educators, every day they meet you, they have one particular time. Okay, so what is the beauty of this? That you can chat with your educator, you can engage in discussion. Okay, you can ask your doubts through messages, get your doubts clarified then and there. Okay, why this daily live classes means to fill the vacuum, or you may not feel that okay, in offline classes I'll be able to chat with my educator, that will be missing in the online class. No, to fill that vacuum or fill that gap, this is a beautiful novel idea. This is the best part in this platform. Moving to the next is structured courses. Yes friends, I always strongly recommend and I'll stick on to this test. It is an OSS for your PMI. What is this? This is a one-stop solution for your prelim, mains as well as interview. Okay? Yes, all our courses are structured in line with your exam syllabus to help you best prepare for it. Best prepare for UPSC CSE. The destination is Labasna, Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration. Okay. Next, live test and quizzes. Yes, we have so much of live test and quizzes as well as conducted. They will evaluate your preparation with our regular mock test and quizzes and get detailed analysis on your performance. What is the next? Unlimited access to unlimited courses. Tons and tons of courses are being launched. I didn't say it has launched, it's being launched, it's in process. Already they launched so much. To mention a few, this month alone they have launched 20,000 free special classes. Okay, 20,000 classes, that in the special free platform. Like this, many more to come. To avail all these benefits, only one thing you have to do, that is that just one subscription in the Unacademy platform, you get access to all our live as well as the recorded courses to watch from the comfort of your comfort. Okay, you can watch from the comfort of any of your devices. Then, prepare with the top educators. Access to India's best educators is just a subscription way. All the top educators, to name a few: Brunal sir, Roman Saini sir, Ayush Sanghi, Siddharth sir, Jatin Verma, Sudarshan Gurjar, all the top educators are found under one roof, and that roof is Unacademy. So it's a real blessing for all those aspirants who have subscribed to this Unacademy platform. Then next is what all you will get here, that we have discussed. I told you one point, structured courses. To ensure that here they have come up with, it is again a one-stop solution for your PMI. Yes, you have courses for all the three phases, that to multiple courses. For example, polity, history, geography, current affairs, economy, optional courses, and even batches are running more than for 22 courses. And geography, I'll join. Already I started doing my geography course in Plus platform. I am doing a capsule course on geomorphology, comprehensive course on geomorphology. That will be continued with climatology, and entire geography I am covering over there. And environment and ecology, this is what I am doing here. And I also have completed in the special class, I have completed started and completed 2 topics in Indian society and social issues. Okay, soon I will join in ethics, integrity and aptitude. And essay writing, yes, this is my one of my favorite area, because I could proudly say that I have a rich experience here. In my introduction only I said that I have appeared in 6 mains. Okay, that took continuous 6 mains. From first main to fifth mains, my essay score was like somewhere around 100, 109, 112. Okay, from 110 to 120 only. But I wanted to increase this score. I seriously made an effort, and I have also found a strategy, and I applied that. At last, in my last attempt, my essay score was 148. So I will teach you in your very first attempt itself how to reach this score. This score is really a huge score, and it will immensely greatly help in your main score. Okay. The next is answer writing courses. Yes, my dear friends, I think I'll be one of the right person. We have many other top educators. I'll be doing this answer writing courses as well, because I have an experience of writing 6 mains. Okay, so every subject has a different pattern that has to be followed. Okay, yes, that we will do, that we will discuss in detail when we do the answer writing courses. Then interview preparation as well. Twice interview candidate, 2011 and 2017. A special mention, a memorable, what to say, memories to be cherished and relished is my 2017 interview. 2011 was a normal like for all other aspirants, but 2017 was very special because it was really a great experience I had. One day I'll make a separate video what the questions I had, how I answered, and which are all the questions helped me to top that board. I am all India topper in that board. That is one of difficult board. In that board I have secured an all India topper, but still I missed the service just by 9 marks. Okay friends, then coming to this last, this is a very important page or very important slide. Why? Because this page is a subscription page. This page is going to connect a bridge between you and me, between Unacademy. Okay, I'm a part of Unacademy, and you, the future the future bureaucrats, aspirants who are aspiring to pursue a dream career. Here on 2 aspects I would like to say things that, one, you do not waste your money just by doing trial and error basis. Okay, let me check the Unacademy platform, how it is going to help me. Let me check for 6 months. So please do not waste your money by paying for 6 months. You have to pay 32,000. In 6 months, you will not be able to get ready for the civil service examination. When you're going to check for 1 year, it is 40,000. Okay. If you are going to use my code, what is my code, friends? DL10, that is Dhanalakshmi 10. Okay. And immediately you get 10% instant discount. After all the calculation, you end up paying only 36,000 rupees for the entire 1 year. Hold on, please do not decide. I'll give you the clarity with respect to one more important point. This is going to really help you. Hi Giri, welcome back. Where is Seema and my other friends as well? Yes, let me quickly finish this mandatory slide, and this part is very, very essential for all of my friends. Okay, ma. Moving to 2 years, that is for 24 months. What is the total fees? For 24 months, the entire 2 years, in this now the offer period is going, that is only 48,000 rupees. And if you are going to use my code is DL10, you get 10% instant discount, like instant coffee. Immediately your amount will be reduced, and after all the subscription fee and this GST, state, central, at last you will end up paying only 43,200 for entire 2 years. Do you remember, which is nothing but 1 year plus just 7,000 rupees, 7,200 you are going to pay extra. Okay, to get an unlimited access to unlimited courses till the end of 24 months. So this is a huge monetary benefit. And second aspect is that, needless to say, the sincere aspirants who has taken this as their career, they wanted to achieve or pursue this dream prestigious services means they know what is the minimum time frame, minimum time or the duration required for one to get prepared for the civil service examination. Is it? Are you going to prepare for any one or two subjects? No, you have to get ready for all the three phases, for prelim, mains and interview, as well as you should know about all the subjects. Just not knowing, you have to get completely prepared for all the subjects. The syllabus is vast, okay? So definitely it takes more than 1.5 years. So in short, I can say it requires the time frame is 1.5 years to 2 years. By the time you are fully prepared, okay, having these two aspects in mind, you decide what you wanted to do. Okay, I strongly recommend to go for 2 years. Just two things is like, one is a huge monetary benefit, and second is like, until the end of 2 years you will get access to unimaginable courses. Okay, the courses are in line, or so in pipeline. We have so many courses and so many things to do for you. You need not pay again and again. It is a one-time payment till the end of 2 years. By the time you will reach your destination. Last but not least, you can ask me, ma'am, why should I use your code? My code is DL10. If you are going to use my referral code, yes friends, it is up to you. Purely it is up to you. You decide which educator suits you. For those aspirants, for those students who are going to use my code and you wanted to follow me, in turn, I will extend my service by saying that I will provide them a customized study plan, how to approach all the three phases. If they have any difficulty with respect to the phases or any subject, not only that, the subjects which I handle, okay, of course we have gone through all the subjects and clear all the stages. So I'll share my personal number. We will have a separate WhatsApp group and many more to come. I'll help you in every ways, all the possible ways. In short, I will say, I will be your mentor till you reach your dream destination, the Labasna. Yes, friends, it is difficult to get a mentor who have an experience in this field. At least I can say I am one among the mentor who have an experience more than 12 years. Okay, friends, with this short note, I'll move on to today's session. Today's topic is, kindly look at this for, I'll give you 10 seconds. Look at this slide. How it is? Is it good? Yes. The topic for today is Biosphere Reserves in India. The first question is, how many Biosphere Reserves we have as of now? Can anyone answer me? What is the total number of Biosphere Reserve we have? No? Okay, here we are going to discuss in detail what are all the Biosphere Reserves in India. In total, we have 18 Biosphere Reserves. Okay. What are they? And what is a Biosphere Reserve? What is a man in the Biosphere Reserve? Everything with this session. Okay. At the end of the session, like last session, I think I'm hopeful that you will be ready with what I taught in the last session, because I have also justified my class by picking up the previous year's question and ensured that you are going in the right direction. In similar fashion, this is also going to highly helpful in your prelims as well as in your mains. Mainly, this is prelim oriented topics. Okay, without any further delay, I'll begin the topic. Yes. What is a wildlife sanctuary? It is a regulated, here the regulated human activities are allowed. Okay, regulated, underline this word. And grazing of animals, this is also allowed. And firewood collection, tourism, okay, can be created. Firewood collection, tourism can be created for particular species, which is not in the case with the national park. So don't worry, we will discuss what is the difference between wildlife sanctuary, national park and biosphere reserves. Okay, this is to be done. I have attached a slide with respect to this, so hold on till that. Okay, it operates as a state level. So sanctuary can be upgraded to a national park, but not vice versa. Yes, you can change or you can upgrade a wildlife sanctuary into a national park, but you cannot make national park into a wildlife sanctuary. Okay. Next, what is a biosphere reserve? It is a unique ecosystem of terrestrial and coastal area. I repeat again, biosphere reserves is a unique ecosystem of terrestrial and coastal area internationally recognized by UNESCO under Man and Biosphere Program. Hope by this time you would have come across this word MAB. What is MAB? Which is nothing but a Man and a Biosphere Program. People are allowed to live. Okay. They have a right to own the private land and carry own traditional activities, but only in the outer zone. So now the clue is that we have a zonation. Okay. Biosphere reserves are globally considered as, now let me discuss from the global phenomena or from the global arena. Okay, the biosphere reserves are site of excellence. Underline this. What is that? They are site of excellence where new and optimal practices to manage nature and human activities are tested and demonstrated. What are they? They are site of excellence. Okay. Where new and optimal practices to manage, what is an objective? To manage the nature and human activities are related to, the human activities are tested, regulated and demonstrated. The tools to help countries implement the result of the World Summit on Sustainable Development. Okay. Ecosystem approach, learning sites for the UN decade on education for sustainable development. This is all a small introduction. Now I'll get into the topic as such. Okay, after the designation, biosphere reserves remain under national sovereign jurisdiction. Yet they share their experiences and ideas nationally, regionally and internationally within the world network of biosphere reserves. So this is a site of an excellence. Once they used to be recognized, though they comes under the national sovereign jurisdiction, but still yet they share their experience. Still they share their experience and ideas over regional, national, internationally to carry out the complementary activities of biodiversity conservation and sustainable use. Try to reproduce the same word in your exam. The word sustainable. Multiple times I have said in my previous classes, in all the classes, the meaning of sustainable. Okay. So do remember that and apply the same in your exam. These are the keywords which it will add your marks in mains. Okay. Use of natural resources and sustainable use of natural resource. Biosphere reserves are traditionally organized into 3 interrelated zones. That is biosphere area zonation. Yes friends, look at this slide for a moment. Look at this slide for a moment. Biosphere area zonation. Can you see this dark green color? This is a core area. Can you see this core area is surrounded by a light green color? This is a buffer area. The center is a core. Next to that is a buffer area, and the last, the periphery, is a transition area. So this is the biosphere area zonation. Okay. In the center, now we will be discussing what are all the activities is allowed in center, which is stopped or which is restricted, what is allowed in buffer, and what all we can do in transition. So this is an idea, or this is what we are going to discuss in the biosphere area zonation. Okay. Biosphere reserve zoning. See, center, buffer, transition. Okay. Yes. Human settlement, see where the human settlement is. The human settlement is allowed in the center? No. Tourism and recreation, see in the transition area. Monitoring in the center. Research in the buffer. Education and training in the buffer. Okay, so like this, so what are all the activities allowed where? That we will discuss now. Okay friends. Now moving on to the objective of this slide. This is a short class. It will not run for much time. I'll try to finish as soon as possible because my idea behind this topic is only to get you, to tell about you, to make you read. Remember about the 18 Biosphere Reserves of India. Look at this slide for a moment. I'll give you 10 seconds. Kindly go through slide. Possible, take a screenshot in your eyes. Capture the image. Cold Desert, Nanda Devi, Kangzheng, Manas, Shengzong, Dihang, Dibang, Manas, Dibru Sakaiwo, Nokrek, Panna, Pachmari, Kutch, Achanmark, okay, Amarkantak, Sundarban, Simlipal, Seshachalam, Nilgiri, Gulf of Mannar, Agastyamalai, Great Nicobar. We'll be doing one after the other. Shall I move on? List of Biosphere Reserves of India. Yes. Please go through the slide. Again, I'll give you a 10 seconds. Don't worry. I'll also do with you. First, I'm going to say the year which it has. So, by doing this, you at the end of the class, you just make one separate tabular column, which was the oldest biosphere, which was the latest to be joined. Okay, so this is your job. You're going to do that. Now, shall I begin, ma? See, in the year 2008, Great Run of Kutch. Where Kutch? Great Run of Kutch. Where? In the state Gujarat. Okay. What type it is? It is a desert type. Run of Kutch, Gujarat. It is a desert type. And what kind of fauna you find over there? We will discuss mainly the fauna. Okay. Indian wild ass. Is this fine? I repeat again. Where is Great Run of Kutch? In Gujarat. What type it is? It is a desert type. What kind of fauna you find over there? Indian wild ass. Shall I move on to the next? Next is in 1989, Gulf of Mannar in Tamil Nadu. Gulf of Mannar, Tamil Nadu. It is a what type? Coastal type. Okay, coast. And what fauna you found over here? Dugong or sea cow. Hope you travel, you read along with me because we do not know. Prelims like UPSC itself is an unpredictable exam. They do not know. Questions might come in any fashion, in any manner. It's our responsibility, it is our duty to get prepared in all the possible ways. That is why I have made an effort to include this and I am doing it also. So Gulf of Mannar, which state? Tamil Nadu. What type it is? It is a coastal type. What kind of fauna you found over there? Dugong or sea cow. Okay. Then Sundarbans, West Bengal, Gangetic Delta type. What type of fauna you find over there? Royal Bengal tiger. Sundarbans, West Bengal, Gangetic Delta type. Okay, that is what type of biosphere reserve? It is a delta type. Of course, Sundarbans, it comes in the delta, Gangetic deltas. And what type of fauna you found over there? Royal Bengal tiger. Then cold desert. Where it is located? In the state of Himachal Pradesh. What type? It is in the western Himalayas. And what fauna you found? Key fauna, main species. What you found over there? It is a snow leopard. Okay. Is this fine? Cold desert, Himachal Pradesh. What type? Western Himalayan types. And what type of fauna you found over there? The key fauna found is there, snow leopard. And next is Nanda Devi. Nanda Devi, Uttarakhand. Okay. Again, type is Western Himalayas and nothing so specific, key fauna, nothing to be said, so it is not available. Next, Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka. It touches Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka. Type is in the Western Ghats and Nilgiri Thar and lion-tailed macaque. Nilgiri Thar and lion-tailed macaque. Okay. It's a kind of monkey type sin. Huh? Okay. Next is Dihang. PDF available, ma'am, for your YouTube class. I am not getting you. Are you able to see this? No, ma. PDF is not available. We will explain only in PowerPoint. Na? PDF is not available. Okay. So, Dihang Dibang, Arunachal Pradesh. Dihang Dibang, Arunachal Pradesh. Where it is? Eastern Himalaya. Do you have any key fauna? No, not available. Okay. Next, Pachmari Biosphere Reserve. Where it is? Madhya Pradesh. It is what type? Semi-arid type. And what kind of fauna you find over there? Giant squirrel and flying squirrel. Then Seshachalam Hills, Andhra Pradesh. Seshachalam Hills, Andhra Pradesh. What type it is? Eastern Ghats. Okay. And fauna, nothing specific. Okay. Not available. Next, Simlipal, Odisha. And what type it is? Deccan Peninsula. And what are the key fauna? You have a Royal Bengal tiger. You have a wild elephant. You have a gaur. Okay. Then Amarkantak, Achanakamar and Amarkantak. Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. You just remember like Amarkantak. Okay. Like me, you don't suffer. Maikala Hills. So what type it is? Maikala in the hills type and nothing, not available. Key fauna, nothing much to say. And Manas, Assam, Eastern Himalayas. And what type of key fauna you find? Why we are talking about the key fauna? Na? In prelims they ask. Prelims, endangered species, extinct species. I have made one separate class, probably not tomorrow. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow I'll be doing, I'll make a session, I'll make a video on IUCN Red List. Okay, don't miss that. It is again prelim important. So yes, here where do I stop? I am in the 12th. Manas, Assam, Eastern Himalayas, Golden Langur and Red Panda. And Kanzan, Kangzengzong. Okay, Sikkim, East Himalayas. And what type of fauna you found over there? Snow leopard and red panda. Okay, Agastya Malai Biosphere Reserve, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Western Ghats, and here the key fauna is Nilgiri Thar and elephants. Next is Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Of course, it is an island type, and here you will have saltwater crocodile. Next is Nokrek, Meghalaya. It is a what type? East Himalayas. And what is the key fauna found over there? Red panda. Okay. Then Dibru Sikaiho, Assam, East Himalaya type. What is the key fauna found over there? Golden langur. Last but not least, that means I am explaining the 18th Biosphere Reserve. Panna, Madhya Pradesh. It is in the Ken River. And what are all the species you find over here? Tiger, chinkara and sloth bear. Is this fine, ma? So just have read it. You have a PowerPoint with you. Once again, you go through this recorded video, or it's better you can also Follow the Biosphere Reserves Map. Quickly, what are the Biosphere? Nanda Devi, Nokrek, Manas, Dipru, Dehang, Sundarbans, Gulf of Mannar, Nilgiri, Great Nicobar, Similipal, Kanzengzong, Pachmari, Agastya Malai, Amarkantak, Kutch, Cold Desert, Seshachalam, Panna. The newly added was last 5. Amarkantak, Kutch, Cold Desert, Seshachalam, Panna. Again, I say with the states. Okay. Is this fine? Is this fine, Giri? I think Seema didn't turn up. Okay. Now, we are going to discuss the Biosphere Reserves Zonation. I told you, no, 3. Do you remember the 3 zones? Core area, 3 different colors, buffer area, and the last is transition area. From prelim point of view, the understanding of what is core area, buffer area, transition area is very, very, very important. Why? Because in your previous years, they have had a question with respect to this. Please go and check your previous year's question paper. Okay? Yes, you have a question with respect to the zonation. That's why this topic has been picked up. Now we are going to discuss what is core zone, what is buffer zone, what is transition zone. The slide is very important. Let me explain one after the other. What is the first to be discussed? Core zone. Core zone means it is a central area that has to be kept undisturbed of all activities. Permission is completely rejected. None of the activities. It has to be kept undisturbed. Okay. Research activities is allowed. You can do this. You can enter into this only for the research purpose. That research activities also should not disturb the wildlife. Is this fine? And above all, no human activity is allowed in this zone. So one simple concept you can remember, core zone strictly prohibited. What is the only thing is allowed over there? Research. For research, doing research, you can get into there. That also, you should not disturb the wildlife. Is any human activity is allowed? No. Fully protected zone. Okay. Next is a buffer zone. See, CBT. Na? This is C. Then this is a buffer and this is a transition. In buffer zone, what are all the activities is allowed? Limited human activity is permitted. So what are the limited? Tourism. Okay. Without harming. Fishing. Okay. That too, everything is limited only. Grazing. Fine. Tourism, fishing, grazing. Only activities are allowed which do not disturb the core zone. Research activities are encouraged here. Here you can do the research. You can use this. You can enter this buffer zone for the tourism, fishing, grazing. Moving to the last is transition zone. It is the outermost, not delimited. Of course, this is a very outer area, last zone. Greater activities are allowed. There the human can settle. Okay, settlements can take place. Cropping can be done. Forestry, recreation. So the transition area, here the restrictions are very less. Where the restrictions are more, in the core zone. So this is what you have to remember. What is a core zone, what is a buffer zone, and what is a transition zone. Is this fine? Now I am moving to MAB. What is this MAB? Man and biosphere. Yes, man and the ecosystem live together. Now, so now I am going to discuss the one of the important topic from mains point of view. Even from in prelims, the statement based question you can expect from this man and biosphere. Okay, what is that? UNESCO program on, it is an international UNESCO program on man and biosphere develops the basis within the natural and the social science. Okay, for what? For the sustainable use and conservation of biological diversity and for the improvement of relationship between the people and the environment globally. Answer to my this question, can the man and the environment are two different entities? Is man and environment are two different? Are they separable or inseparable? Please answer to me. Man and the environment, are they separable or inseparable? Friends, they are inseparable. Yes. Next. So the Man and Biosphere program, it is an UNESCO program, right? So they definitely should have an objective. What is an objective? Environmental Research and Conservation Program. Objective 1, to study and improve the relationship between the people and their environment. That's why I told the people and the environment, the man and the environment are inseparable. You can't detach one from the another. Okay. Then, so they want to study. First, they want to understand. First, they want to realize that what it is. Then, they want to improve the relationship. They wanted to make it see. Of course, the objective behind everything is sustainable. Okay, you know very well what is the meaning of sustainable. In my last all the classes I have said the definition, I have given example also. That's why in this session I'm not doing that. Then it will be very repetitive in mode. Okay. So once if you start following my all the videos, no, you know how it will be, what example I gave in that session. Okay. So kindly utilize this platform. It will greatly help you in clearing your prelims, because I have an experience of clearing prelims 6 times continuously. Not even I missed any prelims. Just like that I clear prelims, because I know what is the threat to be done in prelims. I feel prelims is the easiest. Mains is not that easy. I say I'll make a separate video of what is prelim actually, what is mains, and what is interview, how to prepare for these 3 different phases. Once if the candidate is aware, or if he have a perfect clarity with respect to these 3 phases, then he will sail through, then he will reach the destination easily. But the majority of the aspirants, more than 90%, they do not know what is this 3 actually, how to prepare, what to do and what not to do for these 3 phases. Without knowing that only, they end up in not clearing. Okay, so I'll make an attempt to do that viral video soon. You can expect. Give me some time. I'm waiting for the infrastructure. Okay. Next is objective 2. So what is the first objective? Which is nothing but to study and improve the relationship between the people and the environment. Fine. Second is to conserve the environment. Of course, it is our duty to conserve, protect, preserve the environment through sustainable use of natural resources. Okay. That is Biosphere Reserves. Man and Biosphere Reserve. When it is launched from prelim point of view, this is a statement. It is asked in your previous year's questions. Please go and check your previous year's paper. When it is launched, it is launched in 1971. UNESCO's Man and Biosphere Program is an intergovernmental scientific program that aims to establish a scientific basis for the improvement of relationship between the people and the environment, along with rational, sustainable use and conservation of the resources of the biosphere. Very, very important. In the year 1971, it is a scientific basis. Why it has brought it? For the improvement of relationship between the man and the environment. Through whatever the mode, it should be a rational approach. It should be sustainable in nature, and they also wanted to conserve the resources of the biosphere. Is this fine? Are you able to follow? Nothing difficult is being said over here. A simple things only I am explaining. I am just discussing in fact. Over to the next. It predicts the consequences, which MAB, okay, it predicts the consequences of today's action on tomorrow's world. Follow the sentence, how beautiful it is. What is its role? It will predict what is going to happen in the future. After 10 years or 20 years, if this action is going to be done today. If you are going to deplete the forest, what will happen after 10 or 12 years? In which or all the way it will lead to the problems. So analyzing in future perspective and thereby increases the people's ability to efficiently manage the natural resources for well-being of both human population and the environment. Of course, the man and the environment has to go hand in hand. That is an objective of Man and Biosphere program, isn't it? Then the next is it promotes the exchange and transfer of knowledge on environmental problems. Yes. So if you have optimum utilization of resources, then your life is safe. But if you are going to deplete the resources, okay, what will happen? So it promotes the exchange and transfer of knowledge on environmental problem. Also will come up with solutions and to foster the environmental education for sustainable development. So what to say, try to understand the beauty of this paragraph. Today's action, tomorrow's world problem, tomorrow's problem, how it will lead to the future consequences, what all consequences you will face in the future. And also it is for the foster, what it foster the environmental education for sustainable development. Is this fine, ma? Environmental education for the sustainable development. Yes. So biosphere reserves has three main, see, three zone, that is zonation of biosphere. What are there? Core, buffer, and the last is transition. Now you know what this is fully protected, okay, only research action. Here some of the tourism, recreation is allowed. Here only the human settlement is allowed. This is what we have discussed with respect to the zonation. But now we are discussing is biosphere reserve as an objective, isn't it? We are discussing about the objective. This has been asked in your prelims as well. What is an objective of biosphere reserves? It has three main objectives in between. One is a conservation, another one is an economic development, and third one is research and education. Conservation, economic development, and third is research and education. Thus, biosphere reserves serves as a living laboratories for testing and demonstrating integrated, underline this word, integrated management of what? Land, water and biodiversity. It is not for one action, it is an integration, management of land, water and biodiversity as well. So what are the three mains, ma? One is a conservation, another one is an economic development, and the third is a research and education. Is this fine? Moving to the next. Now under conservation, do you remember what are the aim? Conservation, fine. Second, economic development, good to go. What is the third? Research and education. Under conservation, again it's a prelim question. Under conservation, it is divided into two types, in situ and ex situ. What is in situ? What are the methods comes under in situ conservation and what is ex situ conservation? This was your previous year prelim question. So what all comes under in situ? Protected area, national park, okay, protected area, national park, sanctuaries, biosphere reserves and sacred forest and lakes. I repeat again, which all comes under in situ conservation, because in Biosphere Man and Biosphere program, they have come up with three objectives. What is the first objective? conservation, conservation of biospheres. Second is economic development. Then third is research and development, isn't it? So now we are discussing the conservation. First one, conservation is being done in two ways. One is in situ and another one is ex situ. The examples of in situ are protected area, national park, wildlife sanctuary, biosphere reserves and sacred forest and lakes. Okay, moving to the next is ex situ. In which are all the possible ways the conservation can be done in ex situ means seed banks, gene bank, long-term captive breeding, animal translocation, tissue culture banks, cryopreservation of gametes and embryos, botanical gardens, zoological gardens or zoos. One point is that ex situ conservation is it's costly. It is expensive than in situ. In situ is that place itself. Okay. See, protected area, sacred groves and sacred leaves. Again, one more slide with respect to what is an in situ, because it is your prelim question, previous year's prelim question. So we have cherry picked, I have just cherry picked all the previous year's questions. I have analyzed, I have chosen the important topics, then I'm making a video. So definitely you can expect these areas. Okay. So biodiversity conservation, it is happening in two. One is an in situ. In situ, it is like a protected area, sacred groves, biosphere reserve, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries. Then biosphere reserve, again you have a terrestrial reserves and marine reserve. Terrestrial is earth and marine is an aquatic ecosystem, that is ocean. Terrestrial, earth. And ex situ. What is an ex situ? Sacred plants, home gardens, seed bank, field gene banks, cryopreservation, botanical garden, arborata, zoological gardens and aquaria. So these are all the measures they want. At last their objective is to conserve. Okay. In situ and on-site conservation. Ex situ, that is on-site means the conservation of species in the natural ecosystem. In that natural ecosystem is an attempt to protect the endangered plants and animals. So this is an objective of on-site conservation. What is that? In this natural ecosystem itself. Okay, they wanted to protect. What is that? What are all the examples of natural ecosystem? National park, biosphere reserve, wildlife sanctuary, sacred groves, ponds and lakes. Okay, that is in short in the natural environment itself. Okay, coming to this, let me parallelly give the clarification with respect to what is offsite conservation. This on-site and off-site is nothing but in situ and ex situ. Why have attached more than 2 slides means it is prelim important. So in all the possible ways, I just want to inject all the related inputs. Okay. So what is an ex situ? Conservation of endangered species outside their habitat, that is, which is nothing but artificial habitat. They are creating an habitat like setup where they can make these endangered species to live, to thrive. Artificially created environment is the keyword. Here it is a natural environment. What are all the natural environment? National park, biosphere reserve, wildlife sanctuary. What are all the artificial environment? Zoo, aquarium, seed banks. Okay. And in situ is dynamic, ex situ is static. Okay. And next is captive breeding. Captive breeding is not effective in case of all species. In situ, and captive breeding can easily increase the numbers only in case of some species. So captive breeding is possible in ex situ. It is not possible in, not effective in situ. In situ conservation, it is cheap and convenient. That is what I told you. It is cheap. It is easy to maintain a in situ conservation. But It is meant for commercial process. It is expensive. Which one? Ex-situ. See, imagine you wanted to make a captive breed. It takes lots of money, lots of effort. Okay, then that's it, ma. So it's a simple understanding. Especially with respect to ex-situ, because it is an artificial setup. Now in seed banks, what they will do in the seed banks, they store the seeds at extremely low temperature and humidity. Okay, they create an environment with that where the temperature will be low, because it is artificial. It is in their hands to adjust the temperature and humidity. And what is the advantage means, they can save large variety of plant species in a very small space. See, they can take a small space, in there only they can have different varieties. They will set one normal temperature, that is a less temperature and humidity setup. It is artificial na. And but the problem is, every seed has an expiry date. They are not growing a same species, na, variety of species. So every species, that seed has a different expiry date. You cannot store it for an indefinite time. For some time, for a short period of time you can store it, but you cannot extend that for a longer duration. So every once in a while, that is frequently, you have to take out the seeds, germinate them and get new seeds and store them again. This is again a complex process. Na? See, you have to take out the seed, you have to germinate them, and then you have to get the new seeds and then again store. So it is like it's of too much of manual work. Multinational companies such as Monsanto has excellent infrastructure for these activities, but they care for only storing the seeds of commercially viable genetic. Now, this is what the current affairs topic. So, okay, that we will do separately. Okay, so these multinational companies, they'll store the seeds of commercially viable species like. So if it is only of their commercially important, it is going to give them good results or good returns, then they will concentrate on those species only. They will not pick up all, and they will not make an effort to grow everything artificially. They mainly focus on wheat, maize, rice, potato, genetic engineering methods, okay, GM crops. And next is, they have no interest in protecting some unknown grass or jungle fruits which are on the verge of extinction. They are already in the verge of extinction, so they do not make an attempt to focus on these. Hence this duty falls under the government agencies. Yes, it is a government agency to responsible to take care of this unknown grants or grass or jungle fruits. These MNC companies will focus on only those species which will give them returns. Is this fine, ma? Is this clear? Then Central Zoo Authority of India. What all we are discussing? We are just quickly discussing about the ex-situ conservation. In situ is simple. It is cheap and it is easy to maintain. But ex-situ only, it requires some amount of effort. So only I have chosen this for explanation. Enforces minimum standards and norms for upkeep and health care of animals in zoo. Restrain mushrooming of unplanned and ill-conceived zoos that were cropping up as an adjunct to public parks. Okay, what are zoos? It brings some endangered species in zoo. Breed them. What they will do? They'll bring some endangered species. They will breed them here and reintroduce their offspring in jungle. For example, this is the case. It happened for panda, orangutans, etc. They bring some endangered species in zoo, they preserve them, they'll make an attempt to breed them, and again they will reintroduce their offspring. Okay, that they will go and drop it in the jungle. So this is what the methods they have done to increase the pandas and orangutans, because they are getting into the endangered. They wanted to conserve them. So this method they have used. problems. Not all species can breed in captivity. Is it possible to breed all the species in a protected environment? No, because they are very much adapted to live in the natural environment. You can't bring the exact natural environment set up in captivity. It is not possible. Life expectancy of caged ex situ animals is less than in situ. Yes. So their living life, even if you are captivated and they breed and you bring the offspring also, the duration, life expectancy is less. Nature is always powerful. Then offspring born in captivity have problems in adjusting and surviving in jungle. See, offspring from where it has bought, they born in the captivity, in the protected environment. After that only they will come and leave them in the jungle, but they will find it very difficult to adjust in the jungle and survive in the jungle. So zoo requires a huge land, lot of funds, trained personnel. It is much complicated. It is easy to say but difficult to get it done. Yes, so zoo concentrate on protection and breeding of big and popular species such as tiger, panda, orangutans, etc. It's bring more public support and funds, but small and unknown species such as frog, birds get neglected. So all see, for tiger conservation also they have used this method also. So like this, only the big species, the popular species, when they are in the endangered, when they are in the verge of extinction, they make an effort to conserve and preserve them. But the same due attention is not given for the unknown and the small species like the frogs and birds, etc. Is this fine? Botanical gardens. It is an establishment where plants are collected, cultivated, displayed off to public with their botanical name for scientific study process. This you know, this is nothing much to explain here. The last is reserved forest and protected forest. These are the legal rights, na? What do you mean by reserved forest, ma? What do you mean by reserve forest? Which is nothing but an area notified under the provision of Indian Forest Act or State Forest Act. What is a reserve forest? It is an area notified under the provisions of Indian Forest Act or State Forest Act. Yes, it has a full degree of protection because it comes under the provision of which act? Either the National Act, that is an Indian Forest Act, or it comes under the jurisdiction of State Forest Act. All activities are prohibited unless permitted, which is nothing but only those activities permitted or allowed to be done. Okay, other than that, all activities are prohibited. Moving to protected forests, an area notified under the provision of Indian Forest Act or State Forest Act. This again comes under these two acts. It has a limited degree, whereas in reserved, full protection. Protected forests, a limited degree of protection is done. All activities are permitted unless prohibited. See the difference? Here, everything is prohibited. Means only for very few they will give the permission. Here, all are allowed. Majority of the things you can do, but for only for few they keep the restriction. Yes, these are the activities you should not do. So other than that, the list is endless. You can carry out this grazing, cultivation, etc. But there everything is stopped. Only the very limited for the research purpose. Okay. So you can remember like this. Conservation reserves is they can be declared by the state government in an area owned by the government, particularly the area adjacent to national park, wildlife sanctuary and those areas which link one protected area with the another, which is nothing but such declaration should be made after having consultation with the local communities. Yes. So conservation area, you can do it, you can take a land and conserve them, but before taking that any such actions, you should take approval from the local community. So the local participation and their approval is also essential. What is community reserves? Which is nothing but they can be declared by the state government in any private or community land that is not compromised within a national park, sanctuary or a conservation reserve, particularly where an individual or a community has volunteered to conserve wildlife and its habitat. Yes, so as a community, the particular community, they come forward, they'll say that yes, we are going to conserve this wildlife and its habitat. Okay, this is simple. Reserved forests and protected forests covered under the Indian Forest Act. Now you know, reserve all prohibited unless permitted. Here all permitted, only for certain things are prohibited. This is clear, na difference. So these two comes under the Indian Forest Act 1927. Focus here is not really on protecting flora or fauna, but on protecting the forest and their economic wealth. Then what is this national park, sanctuaries, conservation reserves and community reserves? It comes under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Reserved forest and protected forest comes under Indian Forest Act 1927. Whereas the national park, wildlife sanctuary, conservation reserves and community reserves comes under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. So please do not get confused. Okay, these two belongs to Indian Forest Act 1927 and this belongs to Wildlife Protection Act 1972. What is their focus? Of course, their focus on the conservation of flora and fauna. But in reserved and protected forests, their focus is not really on protecting the flora and fauna. National park boundaries cannot be altered except by law. You cannot change the boundary of national parks. Yes, you can't do it by yourself. For that, the proper legal law should be there, passed by the state legislature, so that the executive can't freely alter boundaries. So this is highly important. Nobody can change the boundary so easily unless and otherwise the law passed by the state legislature. Other protected areas do not have that protection. Yes friends, so all of the above are notified by the state government. Central government is involved in the notification only. If the protected area includes the territorial waters or when the land belongs to central government. Wait, let me check how much. Yes, only last 2 slides is there. Now, what is a biosphere reserve? We have discussed enough. What is that? They are not specifically defined by any parliamentary law. Yes, from where you got this? We derived this from the UNESCO's Man and Biosphere Program. Yes, it is a combination of reserve forest, protected forest. These two comes under which act? Forest Act 1927, right? And National Park Sanctuaries, Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Is this clear? Then coming to tiger reserves. Okay, have made a separate class for tiger reserves. Soon I'll do it tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Yet to finalize. Okay, so tiger reserves, legally protected area. Okay. They are covered under Wildlife Protection Amendment Act 2006. You should know which reserves and they comes under which act. From prelim point of view, this is very important. Don't take it for granted or don't give less importance to the acts. In statement based question, you might get confused. You might tend to make a mistake if you don't give due importance which comes under which act. So you have prepared your mind to read it fully and properly. What is wrong in that? Is this fine friends? Giri, are you there? No? And last is notified by the state government but on the recommendation of a central authority, the National Tiger Conservation Authority. Yes, very important slide. I have deliberately attached at the end. Why? Because to test your patience whether you are waiting till the last. Do watch till the last. Here I have brought that what is the difference between national park, sanctuary, biosphere reserves. Where is this national park, sanctuaries and biosphere? First, what is a national park? It is a habitat for particular wild animal species. It is a habitat for particular wild animal species. What is a sanctuary? Generally species oriented. Okay. And biosphere ecosystem oriented. National park size range from 0.04 to 3162 square kilometer. Here the size is comparatively more to 0.61 to 7818 square kilometer, and much next is like 5670 square meter. Which one? Biosphere reserve. So take a time to know and learn the difference between what is national park, what is its role, what is its size, what are the boundaries fixed by the legislation. Okay, except the buffer zone, no biotic interference. Tourism permissible. Here also permissible. In biosphere reserve, tourism normally not permissible. Okay, and all these three, first two, national park and wildlife sanctuary, research and scientific management lacking. Research and scientific management lacking, but in biosphere, research and scientific management managed. They are doing it. So far, no gene pool and conservation. Where? In national park. In sanctuary, so far no gene pool and conservation. Here in biosphere area, attention is given. So please take some 2 to 3 minutes to know the difference between what is this national park, what is this wildlife sanctuary, and what are biosphere reserves. This general understanding is very important with respect to their objective, their size, and with respect to the legislation and etc. With respect to the tourism, research and development. This is exactly the same. Both are one and the same. I have attached. Yes, friends. With this, I have done. As I told you, this is a short session. I have completed within 1 hour. So please do give an equal importance. This is important from your exam point of view, from prelim point of view. We have discussed. I've just gone through the names of the 18 biosphere reserves. I also have talked about Man and Biosphere Reserve Program. We have discussed about the biosphere zonation. Apart from that, I also have discussed about the objectives of Man and Biosphere, and we also have discussed the conservation, the methods like in situ conservation, their examples, and ex situ conservation and their examples. So with this, I have completed the biosphere reserve, the basic and the most important, even not the basic. I have covered almost everything with respect to the biosphere reserves. Yes, friends, with hoping that you are all being safe, please be safe and stay digital. Take time. One proverb I remember here, it is a one statement. A person during the negative situation, if he or she has a positive mindset, then they will win. Of course, now we are in a difficult situation. Okay, this time you should not get bogged down. Take this as an opportunity. In every adversity, there is an equal opportunity. Utilize the opportunities. Much time you have got. Okay, you have got so much of time for the personality development to prepare for your dream service. Not only this, you have multiple time, ample amount of time. Take care of your health. Obey the government rules. Okay, coping with the system. So always I believe that it should be a combined and coordinated efforts of both the individual, the responsible citizen, as well as from the government measures. The government is making a much effort. Okay, so many people are serving for us. They are just asking us to remain at home, be safe. It is just a period of 21 days. Already 2 days has gone. So it is just 15 days. The sincere aspirants who are preparing for civil service examination, the entire course journey will be like this only. So for us, this is not something new. Once we are start preparing, once we are busy with reading the subjects, we never have time to walk out and go out and come. So be safe, stay digital, take care of yourself. Okay, with this positive note, I'm winding the session. I'll catch you soon tomorrow. Okay, so you can join. I'm also doing the plus course in the plus platform for geography. Morning 11 to 1. You can join over there. Night, evening again, I'll catch you in the live session YouTube class 9 o'clock. Okay. Until then, bye. Good day. Good luck. Bye-bye. Thank you.